Hey everyone, Miguel Hito of your Cranial Emission Show here. Getting dialed into the show on the interweb and social media, it's a piece of cake. Here's a few ways you can do it. First and foremost, our home base is Spreaker.com. Search the Cranial Emission Show. And on iPhone and Android markets, download the Spreaker app and listen to live or to archive shows right on your phone or tablet. Next, visit our Facebook page under the Cranial Emissions Network, and Twitter @CranialE, YouTube, the Cranial Emissions Show _official. And you can even email us with your questions and comments at thecranialemissionsshow@gmail.com. If you want to be part of the show, you can call in on Friday nights between 7 and 9 Eastern Standard Time at 813-438-6068. Thanks for listening and being part of the growing revolution that is the Cranial Emission Show.
Hello, this is Sancho from the Cranial Emission Show. Our celebrity voices are impersonated by Bang, Caleb, Joe, Jesus, or Miggy. Yes, we keep adding people every time.
Live from the esteemed halls of Beer Greatness ESB Brewing, 333 Falkenberg Road, Suite D407, in beautiful Tampa, Florida, the Cranial Emission Show, featuring Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and Caleb Crispy. It's time.
Welcome, folks, to another edition of the Cranial Emission Show. Ben Charles, the C-Squared, Caleb Crispy, and the Reverend Joey T, all hanging out here in a different locale here at Garage Studios. We're trying to get back to being a more studio-oriented show, going back to basics like we used to do back in the day.
Like Metallica.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Garage Days Revisited.
It is. That's exactly. And, you know, it's nice. It's nice and chill and relaxed.
Yeah.
Not that we don't like the live stuff. It's fun at times, but, man, we've been on the road for like a year and a half. We've been like those bands that tour forever and ever, and you're finally just happy to get home again.
Yeah, 311 used to do that.
It wears you out after a while. So I'm excited about today's show, guys. We will have a little later Chad Schnar from boltprospects.com will be calling in, a regular contributor to the program. Now that hockey season is back in full swing, and what a way to start last night with a Lightning win in a 3-on-3 overtime. That was cool to see. So he's going to be calling in. Look forward to getting some input from him on the expectations of this upcoming season.
Hey, that was the first one ever, wasn't it?
First one ever.
Yeah.
Justin Garrison makes NHL history, being the first guy to score a game-winning goal in a 3-on-3 overtime. Yeah. Defenseman for the Lightning.
We saw history last night.
We did.
Nice.
We did. And you know, some other stuff to get into, a lot of different topics that we're going to run into today. We've got a good variety today. It's a little less sophomoric in some ways, surprisingly.
Well, I don't know about that. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Go to cranialmissions.com, by the way. Check out the website. I was excited to see last week that the Japanese audience listened through the site because I saw a pin this week on Japan on the interactive map. If you want to be a part of the show, you want to call in, you can do so, 813-438-6068. We're going to start the show off, though, the way we do every single week, guys, and that is with the beer call.
I want you to give me fresh beer.
You serious?
Now! Now! Hey, sir, you son of a bitch!
It's magical. It's laughing at me.
I wish I could brush my teeth with it.
I want to put my dick in it. I want it to put its dick in me.
I wish it were winter. We could make it into ice blocks and skate on it. And then melt it in the springtime and drink it.
I still love it.
What is that from?
Old school.
Well, part of it's old school and part of it's from
the
Beer Fest, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, Beer Fest.
The first part's old school.
On it?
Yeah, that's Beer Fest.
I've never heard that. All right, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so you wanted to go about the beer call this week, Joe, in a different way, right? You wanted us to...
Well, I think we've always described what type of beer we were drinking, and we never gave ourselves a chance to challenge, our palates, if you will.
Okay.
So instead of... I mean, I can see what kind of beer it is, but I don't know what the flavor is, so I'm going to try to, I think we should guess what...
It's a big fancy bottle.
It is very fancy.
I like Garage Studios. You show up here, and there's already an entire cooler full of craft beer.
Yeah, the garage fridge at Garage Studios. This is actually a beer I
Wow.
bought.
So there is a flavor
couple months
there
ago.
that I can identify.
What is it?
It's got a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
It's almost got like a cinnamony.
Yep.
Kinda.
Yeah. That's what I was definitely thinking.
It's a horchata.
Horchata.
Horchata. It's like a cinnamon toast crunch flavor, sort of.
That about sums it up.
It's from the brewery in Orange County, California. It's 7.2%. It's pretty good. I like it. I don't know if I could drink more than one, but it's definitely a nice dessert beer, if you will.
Yeah, especially that size.
Our dear friend and loyal listener, Lord Cheese, would hate this beer.
Yes.
He hates all cinnamon-flavored things.
He was with me when I bought it. He just rolled his
Probably
eyes.
cringe. Did you buy this that day that we wound up, was it Woody's birthday? We wound up at the that cool craft beer place?
Yeah, that was when you bought that horrible...
the root
beer.
Oh, God. The Not Your Father's root beer.
Was there alcohol in it?
Yeah.
It's strong, dude. It's like, 6-7% or something? And the first one you drink is decent, and there's a novelty to it,
first sip's
obviously.
fantastic.
Yeah, and there's a novelty to it, but it's actually sweeter than regular root beer for my taste.
Well, how many root beers could you actually drink in a row if you were just drinking root beer?
A lot.
Can you really?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like...
root beer float.
Yeah, root beer is
after
chuggable.
one, though, you're kind of like, I got to go back to water or something. You know
Well, that's the way this one was. As soon as it got a little bit warm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it warmed up a little bit. The sweetness, the sweetener in it, and the alcohol on top of that. It had the flavor of, when you go down to the Caribbean or you go to on a cruise or something, they have that pre-made rum drink typically or something like that.
Yeah,
It's usually really crappy rum.
Like a painkiller.
Yeah, and sometimes
like
it's
that,
or the same flavor you get out of those the malt liquor pre-mixed drinks. They have that funky sweetness to it. That's what you get about I don't know, about halfway through it warms up a little bit. You start tasting that.
It gets way too syrupy.
It does.
I noticed, I felt compelled to drink more than one because you buy a whole 6-pack of it. And by the time I got 2 in, it's just, you get that syrupy feeling in the back of your throat.
Right. Like if you drank 2 real root beers in a row, dude, I don't know. I mean.
And then the next day, dude, when I woke up, my teeth were hurting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were all sensitive from all the sugar. It's not a beer I'm ever going to buy again, I'll tell you that.
No, my dad loves it.
I think you're supposed to share. Does he drink more than one, or is he just like one here? And one there?
He drinks a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, good job, Dad.
He's got a kegerator at his garage. You see my garage here, and this is why we call it Garage Studios. My dad's garage is, way, 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 way better than mine.
So we're already getting some live listener feedback. Lord Cheese just texted and said, "Yes, I would." Revolting.
It's
and
no
snow
snow
pea.
Of course he would. Asshole.
We love the interactive audience here on the Cranial Mission Show, although the interactive audience tends to be one person more than anybody else. But we thank you for that, Lord Cheese. But are we doing another beer, or is that the only one we're doing?
I have another one. We'll come back to it.
We'll go back to it later.
We got some nice... got a little bit left
Still
here.
working on the horchata, man. I think it's not easy to...
We'll come back to it. Maybe we'll do a second beer call after the break.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking...
I plan on doing about 6 beer calls, but hey, whatever you guys want to...
You know where the fridge is.
Yeah, all right.
Was it last week or the week before we were talking about the average cost of beer for certain stadiums, right?
I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe.
And now I've stumbled into an article this week. It's the 6 NFL stadiums that every craft beer fan must visit.
Oh, okay.
And the first one that they mentioned, they ranked these, but the 6th
Let me guess.
best
First one, the best one's got to be Seattle.
Well, actually, Seattle's number 6.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But they say it has the largest selection of beers of any stadium in the United States. It's more than 30. And apparently they just put a beer hall in. So they're really embracing this whole thing.
Well, when you can sell it for $15 a pop, I'd be embracing it too. You know what I mean?
So Seattle's 16.
No, Seattle's 6.
6. That's what I'm
$6 a beer. Oh, 6 on there.
Number
okay.
6.
Number 6.
Ooh, San Francisco.
I can only see one at a time. Number 5 is Ford Field in Detroit.
Huh.
They say they've got a really good, because Michigan's got a good beer scene. Like Grand Rapids and places like that are renowned for the craft breweries that they have there.
And their economy really bad, so people probably want to drink a lot. Yeah,
I know, especially in this economy.
Yeah, it's this economy. You got to drink.
It's funny. I actually used that saying. I was out over at the Fox and Hound last night, and I'm hanging out with Jesus Julio and the great Tom Grom. and I used the "in this economy" saying, and I guess Tom hadn't heard me say it yet. And Tom, being an old school New Jersey guy, was just losing it as soon as he heard it. He's like, he goes, "I see what you just did there." So, and then we know who showed up. Toby and Becca showed up last night, so that was pretty cool. It was nice to see them too. We had a good time. Yeah, so that was number 5. Number 4 is Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Hey, you think of beer lovers, obviously in the Midwest. They're all beer lovers. Pittsburgh is no surprise. Bank of America Stadium makes up number 3 is Charlotte. They have a fantastic beer garden. Number 2.
We talked about it, and they was that Charlotte that just opened that beer garden that was something like 300 beers on tap or something like that.
I know it was in the Carolinas.
It was. It was North Carolina somewhere. I thought it was Charlotte, but maybe it was Raleigh.
Lambeau Field, number 2.
Yeah, I would have guessed that. I didn't think about it at first, but Lambeau being that's an older stadium too, right? Compared to most.
Yeah.
Lambeau's been around. I mean, it's still like concrete benches, from what I understand, right?
I think so.
It's got
Never been there.
It's got the most redundant nickname for a stadium, the Frozen Tundra, which by definition would be the Frozen.
Well, sometimes you got to repeat yourself, like that guy from Little Caesars.
It's like the
pan.
pan. Pizza. That's like the ATM machine. That's redundant.
Yeah, the automatic teller machine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't ever thought about that.
That is true.
So for now, I'm just going to be like, I got to go to the AT machine.
You should do that. That can be your in this economy.
You're bringing it back.
Yeah, I got some money out tonight out of the AT machine.
Well, number 1, you already guessed this when you were throwing out guesses, but
right.
San Francisco is number 1. Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. They say that they have the best beer selection out of all NFL stadiums. And look, if you're a 49ers fan right now, you probably need it because they're not very good right now.
Dude, they suck. Colin Kaepernick, did you hear? I think they were asking somebody. I was watching the games because obviously I play fantasy football now, and I got to find out what the hell's going on. And somebody, I think they asked Jerry Jones. No, what's his name? Jimmy Johnson. They asked him what he would do about the quarterback situation in San Francisco, and his answer was, "I'd be looking for a new quarterback." I don't think. I think Colin Kaepernick's one of those. He's one of those like great athletes that has been using his athletic ability forever, and now he's actually got to learn the game, and it's a little tough. You know what I mean?
I had to turn Ben's mic off.
What
there.
happened, dude?
His mic stand fell over on this crappy table we have here, and
having technical problems. So,
I was tired of hearing you.
I'm just taking a stand off for now.
We'll
with
fix
that.
it later.
I'm sitting there talking to you guys, and all of a sudden it's like a leaning tower of Pisa. This thing's just falling over.
Put it on the corner. The corner's pretty strong there.
I'll work on that in the break. I'll get it straightened out here. But California governor in the news right now when we're talking about beer. Apparently he signed a beer bike bill.
Yeah, have you guys ever seen these things? They look like a little trolley, sort of. That they have a driver, and then the passengers pedal, and you can drink on them. They have them in town. We went on one in Savannah.
So you just kind of help, but you're not steering anything.
You're not steering, so you're not in control of the vehicle. They're horrible. What? They're the dumbest things ever. We went on one, and for a fat guy, they're not geared.
Instead of a taxi, you're saying. So if you just want to like get to a bar,
you can bar hop, and you
okay.
In
I
Savannah,
like the concept, but you're in high gear or low gear the whole time.
It's like a high gear, and you.
So you're
well, no, then it's a low gear because
so you're struggling.
When you go to take off, everybody has to really put muscle into it, and
low.
You get we did it in Savannah for C. bachelor party, and you get. I mean, we had a bunch of big guys on there. Of course, you add that weight to it, and trying to get to move, it would not go. It took a lot of effort.
How many people are on this now?
You can fit up to 15.
Oh, this is like a big machine.
Yeah, it looks like a trolley, sort of.
Okay.
And then everybody has pedals that are on a drive shaft or have chains that run to a drive shaft so you can steer it.
You clearly didn't have C. Nelly pedaling this thing because he, with his retard strength, he probably could have just pedaled for all of it.
No, after we got tired, he got out front and just pulled it.
With his teeth. Even. It was like strongman. Then he lifted some cheese and lifted a couple. It was crazy.
Yeah, it seemed like so much fun. We spent quite a bit of money to rent it and got there, and it was nice weather. It was middle of April. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was middle or end of April, so the weather was nice, but it was just so much work that we were all sweating. You're trying to bar hop, and you're dripping sweat.
Yeah, but you're burning off. You don't even drink light at that point. You're just like, hey, we're going to burn it all off on the next bar. But yeah, so how wide is one of these things? When you say
you've never seen one?
No.
It's got basically two bars down the side of it, and then
you run right in traffic.
It's like a picnic, like a big covered picnic table.
Okay.
That people sit and seat on each side, and there's pedals to it. Yeah,
So you actually have to be in traffic in a lane.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't ride on the side of the street.
No. You have to go in the traffic, but they're typically done in, like I said,